So, very good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm really good. Thank you very much. How are you doing, ma'am?
Yes, I'm also doing great. Thank you so much for asking me too. So, I don't know anything about you. Can we start with your introduction first?
Of course, yeah, sure, ma'am. Well, basically, I'm from Kanyakumari, Tamil Nadu,
Okay.
and currently I'm living and working in Dubai. I'm a HR. I'm working as a HR in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have completed my schoolings in my native only, which is completely Tamil medium background. Then I completed my BCom and I completed my MBA also in the same Kanyakumari district. Then I have started my journey as a HR. I've been working. I was working in India around 4 years. Then I moved to Dubai 2021, and currently last 4 years I have been working as a HR here in Dubai.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. Good to know about you. So, do you know about me, or should I also give my introduction to you?
I mean, I have been watching your videos, but still, let's. Give me a
Okay.
little bit about.
Okay, so my name is Karishma. I'm speaking to you from Gurgaon. I hail from Delhi and completed all my education there. I am an advocate by profession and I am also a mother of two children. Apart from that, I have a YouTube channel which I've been running for the last 3 years. I would like to know one more thing about you. Are you married?
Yes, I'm married. I have two kids. Yes.
You have two kids. Okay, that's amazing. So, how is life in Dubai compared to India?
Compared to India, Dubai life is, amazing in terms of job and work-life balance. Everything it's good, but still, we are far from our family. We missing our family. That's the main part here.
Okay, so you are living alone in Dubai right now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm living alone in India because I had a plan to bring them here, but later, due to the war, I dropped my plan actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can understand it might be difficult to live without your family because I cannot even imagine living
Yes,
without my family people, so I can understand that. So, I mean, what do
exactly.
you like the most about living in Dubai?
Well, I mean, when we were living in Dubai, we will get interacted with a lot of people. Basically, when in the workplace or in the living area, we will have a lot of friends from other countries. The basic things we will get to know interacted with the Sri Lankans, Nepalis, Pakistanis, and Bangladesh. A lot of people you will get interacted. And secondly, Dubai is a very safe place for living people.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
very safe place in terms of travel, in terms of safety, women's safety, and many things in Dubai is very, very good place to live.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so is it really as a luxury as we see on social media?
Yeah, it is, but still you can manage. Depends on what you choose. Like you can choose it based on your income, and also you can choose the life you wanted to live
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
It's all about your choice.
Okay, so you're working in HR for the last 4 years, right?
Yes, yes,
So,
exactly.
what kind of job opportunities are most common in Dubai?
So basically, Dubai is an international hub for everything. Like
Okay.
in terms of job, also you can get a lot of opportunities here. Anyone can crack the
Mhm.
interview, irrespective of what education or what background you are belongs to. It's not a matter. You can get the job. But mostly, anybody can get the job easily. I cannot point out that these people will be high and these people will be very low. Anybody can get the job here.
Okay, that's amazing. Good to hear about that. So, how come your English is so good? I mean, it was already good when you were in Chennai or doing your education, or it has become better when you moved to Dubai or talking with different people?
No, ma'am. To be frank, that I have completed my education in a Tamil background until MBA. Okay, I mean, in the sense of like I didn't have much background to speak or practice in English, but when I entered my BCom, I have some friends who used to speak in English, but they were not academically good, but they speak very well in English. So that triggered me. That made me to speak in English. Initially, I had a perception that who is academically good, they can able to speak in English well it's that kind of perception I had, but the perception completely broke actually when I got enter into my college. I have few friends who has completed their education from Delhi and other areas. What they used to do, they are also not good academically like me, but they speak very good English. So that point I started, okay, we can also do it. Like so the moment I started practicing English, I always do shadow practicing, or I'll always speak myself whenever get free times. I used to speak myself. That is the initial stage of practicing. Then that's how it started actually.
Okay, that's amazing. So how long it took you to become fluent like this you are right now?
I mean, still, I believe I'm learning. But if you ask me, then I'm seriously, I have no idea. But I'm still working on it actually
Right.
to improve and make a perfect communication.
Mm. No, but
And seriously, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm
yeah, yeah.
seriously a bit nervous before I started this session, that because this is the first time I'm just getting interacted with someone like you who is very advanced level in communication. I thought, okay, let me try, because I have always like everyone, like people would judge me, people would what people would think about me. So I thought, okay, let it be start. I mean, the starting always have some issues, right? Once we
Right.
started, of course, it will go on the flow.
Okay, but I must say that you are so confident. I mean,
Thank you
nobody
very much.
can say that you are talking to somebody for the very first time through this kind of conversation. And I am also not an advanced level person. I speak very basic English. I just try to communicate with people as I can understand them or they should understand me. That's it. But you are speaking quite confidently.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your compliment.
Okay. Okay. So, I just wanted to know one more thing that what is the most challenging part while you were learning English? As you have said that you started with shadowing or self-speaking and then you start speaking with people. So, what kind of challenges did you face in the initial days?
The basic challenges, I did not have the environment to speak. That is the basic challenge, I would say. Like, there is no environment. For example, if we using a small words in English, people would make fun of as like, oh, you started speaking English, like that kind of environment. It is not that I'm blaming them, it is that we have certain area we just grow up, right? So then it goes like that. Even asking how are you also, yeah, bit complicated when we are living in a native place. But when we come out from that area and we started living somewhere else, it's become a it for example, when I come to Dubai, we are forcefully speaking English because we don't have other option, you
Right.
know because we should be either good in Hindi or English. We can survive here other than their native language Arabic, so we must speak either English or Hindi. So we are forcefully speaking English here. We are nobody to judge us. What basic thing is, we need to communicate what we want to speak or what we want to convey to others. We have to do that.
Yeah.
That is the challenges initial days when we speak in native. Then, as I mentioned, surroundings, and yeah, that is the basic challenge. Apart from that, I slowly come out from that challenges through my you know my passion. I wanted always wanted to speak in English very well. That is my aim and that is my plan. That's how I landed here actually.
Okay. So, do you also know Hindi language?
No, I can speak, and I speak broken Hindi. I'm not good, but I can able to understand what others speak, because as a HR, I always wanted to interact with the people from other parts like Nepal, like
Okay.
other North India people. So
Mhm.
I must talk to them. I must understand them. I have to solve their problems. So in that scenario, I should speak, right? That's how I started speaking. I interacted with those people.
Okay, so you know Tamil and English. Do you also know Arabic? Because since you're living there
No,
for the last 4 years,
yes.
you
I
might.
mean, I know Arabic reading and writing, but I'm not good at speaking. I'm trying still, because reading in the writing, in the sense, in childhood we used to go for a Arabic class. So
Okay.
by that we all know reading Quran and writing Arabic things and all those.
Great.
And speaking is not good, but I'm trying still for that. And
Oh,
also I also speak Malayalam.
okay, that's nice.
Because I'm located in Kanyakumari, which is a
Oh,
border area of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, so I could
Kerala.
able to speak Tamil and Malayalam, both languages.
So you get the benefit of living there because you have learned two languages. That's nice.
Exactly,
Great.
exactly. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if I talk about since you're living in Dubai, so what part of your personality has grown the most since moving here?
You mean come again?
What part of your personality has grown the most since you
No,
moving
okay.
in Dubai? Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of language, first of all, I would say, like,
Mm-hmm.
language is a very important and basic things that more growing. And again, I would say, like, interacting with the people, how the etiquettes that we have to follow in the workplace. Like, so when we work with different countries, people, they have their own cultures and traditions, and when it comes together in the same table, we have to follow a single procedures, like, right? That part is very important. And thirdly, I would say, I mean, we are completely far from our native, right? So
Yes.
here we always have a hesitation, or we always have a minded how people would think about us when we
Mhm.
working or living in our native area. But
Mhm.
when it comes out of the country, we don't bother about anything. We just go like what is usual. Not we look, oh, if I wear like this, or if I wear that, or if I speak like this, people would think about me, people would judge me. We don't think about in that sense. Rather, what we do, we go for the flow, right? Yeah.
So actually, I'm literally curious to know about these things because I don't have that experience of living in a separate country. But
Hmm.
I had that opinion that if we will move to another country, that people of that country will judge or will judge us or treat us differently. Is it true or it's just a myth? I mean, many people believe like that.
It depends, like based on where you're living, or I mean, basically in my experience, I would say not. No,
No.
nobody is would judge, because what we used to do, uh, the moment we shifted, we look for accommodation or living place where the basically our surrounding people. For example, if you go to Dubai, a particular place, mostly South Indian will be there, or North Indian
Okay,
will be there. So in that areas, we just adopted that places. It will
got it.
maybe take 1 or 2 months, but we will okay with that very soon.
Right. That's amazing. That's good. So, do you miss your home and what do you miss about your home?
Well, if you ask me, I would say like I lost my mother last year. She's the
Oh.
first point that I'm missing all the day. Other than that, yes, still I'm missing my family also. But living in Dubai is, it's not like living in our native. Like we rarely meet our friends. Okay, if
Mhm.
because going outside and in this hot summer time, it's very hard to go outside. Even for going prayer, also very hard because that much hot. So what we used to do, we speak in the phone, we spend a lot of time in the home. I mean, mostly people would spend time in the mobile phone. So I always wanted to do something productive. In that way, I always think. So I thought, okay, we can do something in a different way, because I know when I do interviews people, what is the problem I feel. When others speak, they are very good at academically, they got good mark 90 95%, but they cannot able to expose what they learned, the basic problems. So I thought I can start something like this, and if maybe I can learn something, or I can able to help somebody else, right? That is the intention that I learned it here actually.
That's amazing. I'm so sorry for your loss, but yes, I can truly understand that how difficult it is to adopt a culture. I mean, living in a country separately, alone. I mean, if you would ask me to live in a different state, I may not be able to do that because I've never done that. So maybe initially when you were moving to Dubai, did you have any kind of fear in your mind or any kind of hesitation? Because it's not a very small step that you just plan or decided. No, it takes courage. It takes a lot of things, and especially getting separate with your family, living alone, the culture, it's a modern city. So like, how did you manage?
No, initial, of course, as you said that it's initial always complicated when you
Mhm.
move to Dubai. I mean, what kind of friends or what kind of roommates we are going to get, and what kind of companies, how they are going to treat. Anyway, we are working here. We should have a visa, valid visa. Otherwise, we can't live here or we can't work here. The basic necessity, we should have a visa, and we need a company who is providing on time salary. That is also very important, because in that sense, if you look at a lot of things that comes on mind when we shifted from our home country to other country. Yeah, I had the same problems like everybody, but I would say that I blessed with the good companies I worked so far. uh, I mean, it's fine, I mean, manageable like this.
Okay. Okay, so I can see that your English is really amazing. Would you like to give some advice to my beginner audience, like how they can inculcate good habit which can help them to speak good English? Because you got the environment, but here the people are still not getting that environment. We have to create that fake surrounding, fake environment, or maybe we have to indulge ourselves into English all the time, 24 by 7. Then only we can learn it. Is there any shortcut or anything which you would like to suggest?
Thank you, ma'am. I mean, I'm not in the point of giving suggestions, but I'm sharing my own experience. Like, if I would say, I mean, always have a problem in the starting points. What you have to do is, what I work, which will not work for you the same way. Like I do shadow practicing, I do talk to myself. When I walk to the bus stop, I used to speak what I have to do today. When I go for purchase, I speak myself, and I just put a headphone on my ears and I started speaking myself. That is how I started speaking. Maybe just try all the ways which is work for you, go on that. I use some applications also like CV to speak in English with strangers,
Okay.
go strangers. This is how I started. I practiced, I reached somewhere today. I mean, I would say to the beginners that just follow the same way, and which is work for you, just go ahead with that.
Okay. So, yeah, absolutely right. Not everything works for everyone. For example, you had that interest of shadowing and listening or self-talking. So maybe other persons are interested in reading, or maybe somebody is interested in writing. So I think they can also work to improve their English on those things. But I think when it comes to speaking, speaking is must. Until you speak,
Correct.
you can't
Correct.
learn it. No matter
Exactly.
how many hours you are spending on writing or reading, because these two are separate things. Maybe you can do writing or reading for consumption of English, but ultimately you have to speak, you have to give time to speaking. Then only it comes to your, I mean, naturally. Otherwise, it is very
Exactly.
difficult. One more
Yes,
thing I would
exactly.
like to ask you about you that you are living in Dubai. Do you find any problem in the accent? I mean, the native people, do they speak with
Yeah,
accent?
I mean, sometimes we encounter such situations like when we work with the Europeans people or when we work with
Mhm.
other countries, we would, but still we can manage because
Okay.
if we have the confidence to speak or stand in front of somebody, we will able to do that, no problem at all. Initially, we have that kind of fear to how I'm going to manage this or that, but once you have a confident enough confidence to face that, you can able to accent. I mean, you
Hmm.
can crack anything.
But initially, sometimes it's very difficult to understand accent because we
Mm.
Indians are habitual of speaking in Indian accent and even listening to that. Because personally,
Yeah.
if you talk about me, I personally feel really comfortable talking to Indian people, not with the native
Mm.
ones. But there are
Mm.
few people who understand native people or, try to speak with such an accent, try to
Mm.
impress others. But I still find it difficult to understand them. I need to
Mhm.
listen to them very carefully. I think I had a conversation twice or thrice with foreigners or the native people, and it was really difficult for me to understand them. So I told them directly that please, I might find it difficult, so I may ask again and again. So please don't bother about it. So they said it's
Mhm.
fine, and he tried to speak like Indian people. They don't put so much accent vibe into
Yes,
speaking.
yes, yes.
So I mean,
See,
they're very.
basically,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
No, no,
Yeah.
I've done.
No, when I'm talking to like kind of people like Sri Lankan, then their pronunciation will be different. When you talk to the Palestinians, their pronunciation would be different. The pronunciation difference would be there always. Like when they speak in the flow, we just have to. There must be a listening
Yes,
important. There must be
yes.
listening is very very important when you speak with the people. More than accent, I believe listening is playing a vital role when you communicate with the other country people. I mean,
Mhm.
non-native even though, but still the other nationalities. I believe.
Mhm. Completely agree with you because until you listen to them, you're not able to understand.
Yes,
Sometimes we
exactly.
listen Indian people casually because I know my language. He also know. I mean, I'm doing something and I'm listening to them, but still I understand. For example,
Hmm.
I'm working on my laptop. My mother comes. She asks me something. I understand. I don't need to pay much attention there. But
Hmm.
at the same
Hmm.
time, if some native person is there and I'm talking to them, I have to pay 100% attention. Otherwise, I may not be able to understand what they're actually saying, and I can make a communication blunder then because until you listen, how would you reply? So that is a
Exactly.
definitely very important thing.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
English is very important for this generation, I must say. What is
Yes.
your
Yes.
opinion
Yes.
about it? Do you think
Of
it's
course, it is.
important or people just creating a hype about it?
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, we are very good at academically. People from a background of their native languages, like who has completed, they might have got a 90-95% SSLC, then plus two, then college, everywhere. But the problem is when they enter into the job or when they enter into campus interviews, what will happen? They cannot communicate what they have learned. That is a problem. They
Yes.
cannot able to express their educations and everything. So that is a basic problem. For that, they must come out from the only. I mean, they just focusing on only scoring good marks, not focusing on the communications. They have to play for that. I mean, they have to work on it. Actually, I would say.
And I feel that it is all about the practical knowledge because we always focus on theoretical knowledge when we are in the schools. And even now, if I talk about my children, I always try it. I to make them, I mean, they should get good marks in the school. Their writing should be good, their reading should be accurate, and they're, scoring good marks. But I think simultaneously, parents should also focus on their practical knowledge. I mean, you could introduce some kind of story reading, listening practice kind of things, or maybe knowledgeable things where you are getting knowledge about the world, about your surroundings, about your geography or everything. That's how when you explore the horizon, then the child becomes confident and he learn many practical things alongside, because bookish
Exactly.
knowledge is not something which is sufficient. And I remember the time when I was in school, we were 100% engrossed in consuming that bookish knowledge, and that's how it took me a lot of time to understand few practical things. If you would ask me, I mean, I was the person who didn't have any knowledge. My GK was literally zero when I was like in the college, and that's when I've
Okay.
realized that I need to focus on it, because I came across a few friends. They were from Bihar, and they had quite good knowledge. And when I start comparing with them, I used to feel that okay, I have a lack of knowledge. So I think parents should focus on their kids GK nowadays. It's very important for communication purpose. Until you know
Mhm.
about it, how will you talk about it? If I don't know
Yeah.
anything about a particular topic, how can I give my viewpoint on it? So
Completely, I agree. Yeah, completely, I agree with your point, because now the things are changing, getting things in so
yes,
many schools are focusing their, the mode of education, the way of education has been changing nowadays. But still, there
right.
are some schools in the rural areas where they're still focusing,
Mhm.
muck up and writing the exam and getting good marks. In such way, it's going. But I mean, earlier it was like that. I mean, in my initial days, where like just complete the studies and get the marks and pass,
Yes,
that's how it's work. Yeah, but
yes,
now things are changing. But we as a parents also should be focused on, simultaneously focus on education and communication and sports and everything their
mhm,
contribution should be there. Then only they can, they can reach somewhere in the future, I believe.
right. And how old your kids are?
I have one is 6 years old and another one is 4 years old.
6 and 4. Wow, great. So both are same gender or
Yeah, both are same gender actually.
girl or boy?
No, boy, both are boy.
Okay, so you are also on the same boat. I also
Yeah.
have two boys and one is 7, other is 3.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
okay, that's nice. And
Mhm.
what does growth mean to you personally at this stage?
Growth mean to me, I would say, like, personal learning is growth. I mean,
Personal learning.
you have to focus on your personal learning every day. You should, spend enough time for your personal learning, more than a work, more than a exercise, more than anything. You have to feed your mind every day. It could be
Mm,
anything, reading an article, or just reading a book, or just learning something new, or sometimes it's required for me to learn some Excel things for my job purpose, or getting some additional courses. That would be okay, do something, but you will reach somewhere else. But the goal should be learns. I
learning.
mean, it's not that okay, if I'm doing this today, will I reach there? If you think in that way, you can't reach. You should
Mhm.
work it on. One time you will reach the destinations, I believe strongly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can understand that you believe on this thing very strongly, because the moment you have joined the session, I told you that you are speaking good English and you said, no, 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 I am still learning.
Yeah, I'm
And
still
that's
learning
perfect.
seriously.
So you focus on
Mhm.
learning, and that is the actually growth for you. That's good. Okay.
And
So, mhm.
yeah, tell me, how long have you been, I mean, in this field, and how did you started this actually, the channel?
YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had that passion for YouTube since I became a mother. Before that, I had no idea about YouTube or this thing exist, because I was so occupied with my job and routine work. I did not use YouTube a lot. But since I got married and I have kid, I had enough time to think about my career and all, because I quit my job before my son. So
Mm.
that time I used to see people creating videos, posting them. So I used to feel that I'm also good in that. I could do this. So initially, I started with the vlogging and stuff, because I really feel emotional when I create vlogs, and because I feel that these are the memories I'm collecting now. I can watch these memories later on my life, and my kid will be busy and they will grown up. What will I do in my old age? So I will watch these videos and I live my life again. So from that perspective, I started few vlogging channels that didn't work well for me. But the reason is not that I am not capable enough. The reason was simple, that I did not know the strategy, how to
Okay.
start, what to do. Because initially you are a beginner, you don't know even how to create a video, how to set your
Exactly.
phone, how to look at in the camera. That basic stuff, I did not know that. So that was the reason that it didn't work for me. And also I know about vlogging that you have to create some kind of suspicion when you want
mm,
to push your video visibly for
mm,
views. You have to
mm,
create a
mm, mm,
kind of tagline which is so attractive, so that people should click. And I was so
mm,
innocent in that thing, I would say.
mm, mm, mm,
I didn't know that. But then I started, I had noticed one thing, that whenever I vlog, I try to speak in English. Naturally, I would force myself. And I end
mm,
up speaking Hindi because I was not able to speak complete line properly.
mm, mm,
That's when I have realized, why not to work on my English? This is the right time. I mean, I'm wasting my time creating vlogs. It's not going to give me something. Let's do vlogging, but in English. But I was not able to do that. That's when I started that English channel, so that I could be consistent and I can learn English. And definitely, I would say that I changed drastically, because initially, when I started, I used to speak really fast, really fast. I used to feel that I'm fluent, but I used to make a lot of grammatical mistakes. But now I
mm,
think I know how to maintain the pace, how to speak English with accuracy. Sometimes I make mistake, which is natural, and I accept those mistakes. I don't mind accepting them. But yes, initially that's how my journey has begun, and the reason was starting the channel is so that I could be consistent. And YouTube also my passion, English my passion. I just amalgamate both of them, and I thought of getting good result, which I'm getting actually. So yeah, that's how the journey had begun.
That's really nice, actually. As you very clearly mentioned, consistency is very important
Right.
in everything. Consistency is very, very important. So, when I look at that word, I just talk myself should be consistency, because I don't have a permanent habit that I have to do that, this or that. What I do, sometimes I watch podcastings, or sometimes I watch for improving my communication.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to watch actor Madhavan's speech, or Shah Rukh Khan's speech,
Right.
or Deepika Padukone's speech, and Gopal Gurudas, and one of the Islamic scholar from London, Dr. Mufti Meng. I used to watch
Okay.
these kind of people's videos, how they are pronouncing, how they are articulating their thoughts and everything. And I do myself to practice that way, like, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I just fed up and I just keep it away. Okay, let it be, try other way around. So this is how the consistency is losing, actually. But as you very clearly mentioned, consistencies matter in everything. If you are
Okay.
playing a cricket, or if you are playing, training for yourself, or a football, whatever it may be, consistency is very, very, very important, right?
It's been 3 years. I've been consistent actually. I didn't not take any big break. And even in that year I delivered one of my baby, second child. He
Mm,
came when I was on YouTube, and I didn't take even break. After 10 days only I started creating videos and posting them. So I can
oh,
understand, because I knew it. If I will break it now, I'm not going to recover it later, because I was not that popular. I had a few subscribers that time. I mean 15-20,000. It was not that low, that not that high, but it was the peak of my time on YouTube. And that's how I was consistent. So consistency really matters a lot. And in the beginning, YouTube is a kind of thing which is very unpredictable, very
mm,
uncertain. You can't think about getting income from it initially in the initial month. You have to work really hard, you have to be consistent, you have to get views, you have to create new content all the time, and you have to improve everything time by time. If you don't do that, because competition is really high in YouTube. I mean, many people they're creating, because they have
yes,
their own job, but just by side income for part time, people do that. Sometimes people do it for the passion. They have kind of skill, but there was no such platform exist earlier where they can showcase their skill. But now, if somebody's good in art, they are creating
mm,
their art and showing there on YouTube. Somebody's good in cooking, they're cooking and showing their art. So I mean, plethora of content is there on YouTube. So the
exactly,
competition
correct.
is really high. So now it is very difficult. Sometimes I feel it's very difficult to compete with the people who are already far ahead. But I think that consistency really matters. And even if, for example, that race, rabbit or turtle race, turtle was walking
Mhm.
slow, but at least at the end he won. So I feel that this is how we have to keep motivating ourselves, and we have to put our 100% efforts, whatever we are doing. Only then we can achieve or think about getting success, whatever our
Exactly.
goal
That's
is.
very true. You said whatever you said
Yeah.
is very true, because I mean, basically, what we feel when we started something, we just 1 week, or within even a gym. If you go to
Yes.
gym within a month, what we will just we drop the plan completely, because we getting diverted. So many things we have getting diverted. Sometimes we have a friends or mobile phones, or some other plans will be fall in our place actually. So because of that reason, what we would do, we started something, we end up with something else, right?
Yes.
So as going forward, I mean, moving with the same plan or the consistency towards something is very, very, very important actually.
Mm. And for
That's
that, I
very true.
think one needs a strong determination. You have to just make your mind very strong that you have to do this thing for this particular time. And because sometimes I feel that even if you're doing or putting efforts for so long, it's not a right thing to doing it. Maybe sometimes you need to change your plans and you need to
Yes.
identify. Actually, your gut feeling work there. I'm pretty sure because it happened with me. Whenever I'm doing something and not getting result, I just think twice and think deeply alone, and then I realized that okay, this is not for me because I have done my enough but I'm still not getting the results. So I should change my path. So sometimes walking on the same path for years is also not good. You have to know that where to stop, right?
Yes,
That
yes,
you
yes.
understand, because everything will not work for everyone. That is also there.
True,
You cannot be good at every competition. For example, in a
absolutely.
class 30 students are there, somebody win the prize in singing, somebody in dancing, somebody in cooking. So you cannot be the master of all skills. So that you also understand that whether this thing is for me or not, that your gut feeling will help you to decide. So that's how
Correct.
I decided for myself, no, I can do it. I had that strong feeling that I can do it. If these people are doing it, like the housewife like me, they were creating vlog, they are just speaking like me, so I thought why I can't do it. That's what I did not give up actually. That's what I thinking, and I created 4 or 5 channels before this. They didn't work for
Okay.
me, and this is the fifth one which worked for me. I'm telling you
Okay,
this thing
okay.
because you are going to start your YouTube channel, right?
Yes, exactly.
That
Yes,
is why
I'm
I'm
gonna start.
guiding you, because before
Definitely.
starting, you just have to make your mind stronger, whether you want to continue. Otherwise, no, I mean, don't waste your time here if you cannot be
Yeah.
consistent, or without any reward, you have to be consistent
Of
in the
course,
initial
yeah. I
stage.
mean, before I start, I thought I was thinking about that only because
Huh.
irrespective of that, what outcome's gonna get, it's not a matter.
Yeah.
Let it be go. Let it at least either I can learn myself or I can improve myself or I can able to help someone who is below than me maybe. Okay, so I can learn from somebody else like you.
Yes.
That's what my plan always. I'm not gonna. I know I'm not going to reach a high level or not. It's not a matter. But let's
Mhm.
start something. Let's go on the flow.
Yes.
Let's work for at least sometimes rather spending in Instagram or Facebook or
Right. That
wasting
is
our
true.
times.
Hmm.
Let's try something new. Let it be fail, it's fine, no problem, but
Yes.
we can do it something new.
That's
That's what I.
absolutely right. Right.
Yeah.
So your mindset is very clear about it, and I think it's a great idea because when we meet or connect with different people, we definitely learn something. For example, you are from Dubai. I didn't ask you a question about English in the beginning because I want to know about Dubai. It was my desire, so I asked few questions related to that. That how is the life? How do you feel good? I mean, so that's how we learn about other things. Otherwise, I have never been to Dubai. I don't know anything about that. But just because of conversation I had with you earlier, I am able to understand that okay, this is how the life goes in Dubai. So we learn something through others experiences, and that is, I mean, that is why I choose this English niche actually. Maybe if somebody is doing it in Hindi, that is also same level useful, but I'm doing it in
Yeah.
English because I like to improve my language. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And
Yes,
I think
very
we're
nice.
running out of time. We have only last 6 minutes. If you have anything to say or if you want to ask anything, you can ask me.
I mean, I really, I must appreciate you because the moment I sent you email, you just responded to me well, and you just because as you mentioned that you have 2 kids, you just allocate the time for me. Really, thank you very much for your time and accept my invitation. Okay, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you so much for joining me. I think you also, I learn a lot of things from you as well, and my audience is definitely going to get some advantage because it's a very smooth conversation and useful conversation. It's like, I feel that it can be very inspiring for people. So thank you so much for
Yeah, I
joining me
agree.
today.
Thank you. Thank
We'll
you.
see you some other day, I mean, after a
Sure.
few months.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.